Hey guys, Kami ENH here, and today we're going to be taking a look at strange gaming products and collabs by a YouTuber named Kiro Talks. Apparently, it's a video about a bunch of strange products that gaming companies came out with. It's probably like a promotional thing. And without further ado, let's take a look at the video.
I'm kinda hungry, so instead of eating food, I'm gonna torture myself by looking at some cool food collabs in gaming. I figure it's only right that we start off this video by looking at one of the OGs, so let's go back to 1994 when Sega and Coca-Cola dropped the Japan exclusive Coca-Cola Game Gear. They even made a video game that came bundled with it called Coca-Cola Kid, a platformer developed.
I think these food companies used to do this a lot more back in the day whenever it was whenever my dad and my parents were younger. It was like they would do, if there was like a drink or food company, they would make like a game based off of that food. But like nowadays, you don't really see anything food based that has a game other than maybe the only food game I know today is like the Chuck E. Cheese skateboarding game. But they used to do heavy, this was heavy promotional stuff back then, which is, pretty surprising.
By Aspect, who worked on several of the Game Gear and Master System Sonic games. I've talked about this thing in a previous video, but I just had to mention it here. The cherry red color scheme is so slick, and the blue start button really pops too. Sega's mascot Sonic the Hedgehog has had numerous collaborations with food brands over the years, including one that happened only a few months ago.
Well, see, that's because Sega was always failing. It was either they had a failing console, failing game. Sega was always going through rough patches. They had to make their money somehow.
In the United States, Sonic did a collaboration with IHOP, the pancake restaurant.
Like I said, IHOP of all places. Sonic collabing with IHOP. They had to make their money somehow.
Apparently, it gave you a discount if you used a special code, and they had 6 meals based off of 6 of the Sonic characters. They also encouraged you to dine Sonic style by ordering a side of onion rings, obviously in reference to the gold rings in Sonic games. The first item is the Knuckles Chicken Sandwich. Get it? Knuckles Sandwich. There was also the Sonic's Blue Blur Special, which is a stack of blueberry pancakes.
Now, let's have a sidebar real quick. Blueberry pancakes are disgusting. I don't care what anybody tells me. Fruit really does not taste good inside of a pancake. It just tastes like especially blueberries. Blueberries taste so sour. It's like the bread is sweet, but then you get a sour blueberry. It's just so nasty. But this is right up Sega's alley doing something like this.
Next is Tails' 2x2x2, a combo of 2 eggs, 2 pancakes, and 2 pieces of sausage or bacon, which is pretty clever since Tails has, 2 tails. Next, we've got the Dr. Eggman's Benedict, a pun on Eggs Benedict, pretty obvious wordplay there. After that is Amy's Sweet Strawberry Delight, which makes sense because Amy likes sweet things, and her theme song is called My Sweet Passion. Sweet, sweet, just so sweet. And finally, the Shadows Chaos Chocolate Pancakes.
They gave him the edgy, the emo pancakes, I'm Shadow, the deep dark pancakes. They had to give the edgelord something dark.
A stack of 4 chocolate chip pancakes. Count them, 4.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
I know that couldn't have been a coincidence. The only thing that kind of ruins this is that I realized that these meals weren't exclusive new items that they just made for the Sonic characters in this promotion. No, all of these meals are just regular IHOP menu items. It's not a big deal, it just makes the event feel a little bit less special. Oh, and
like I said, just like Sega to be lazy, didn't even try and have them come up with their own thing. Or maybe it was IHOP's fault, but just like Sega to go halfway.
There were also these Sonic-themed IHOP gift cards. By ordering food from IHOP, you could earn special coins to unlock some cool Sonic stuff. With enough coins, you could even redeem full copies of games, including Sonic Origins Plus, Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic Superstars.
Okay, now I'll give Sega that. They gave us full games for going to get some IHOP. So I guess you get some good food, and maybe even a game if you get enough coins. But see, how many times do you have to go to IHOP for you to even get enough coins like that? How many? How many times do you have to go?
Although, in order to earn enough coins to get this stuff, you'd have to order like $200 worth of food. The highlight of this promotion was a
Okay, I guess it was answered for me.
special skin you could redeem with coins, a Waitress Amy skin. I gotta admit, this is pretty cute. Unfortunately, you can't get any of this stuff anymore because the promotion is over. Also, for some reason, the Amy skin and the copies of the game weren't available for PC. Only PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. Speaking of Xbox, do you all remember last year in 2023 when Xbox collaborated with Oreo to release the Oreo-shaped Xbox Series S?
I actually saw this one when I was I was just like looking on my phone and stuff, and I saw like a big old Oreo place, like an Oreo console, and I was like, what is this? Like this looks this looks terrible. Like putting this on your entertainment span, that has to take up so much space. But like Oreo fans probably bought it, but it just looks like it takes up so much space for no reason.
Yes, people, this is not a joke. It's a white Xbox Series S inside this enclosure that looks like Oreos dunked in milk. They even had an Oreo-themed controller to go along with it. This thing looks completely ridiculous, but honestly, that's what makes it so incredible. They held a contest in the UK and Ireland for people to win one of these things. Apparently, there were only 3 of them being given away, so these consoles are actually quite rare. Hopefully, they release more of these things in the future, even though I'd never buy one. Microsoft has done multiple collabs with Oreos, like when they made Oreos with Xbox designs on them, so I don't think it's impossible to see the Oreo Xbox come back. But hey, while we're talking about Microsoft stuff, let's talk about the time Call of Duty collaborated with Little Caesars Pizza. Like the Oreo Xbox, this event also started back in 2023. This was an event for the US.
I remember this one a little bit. I think we had got a pizza from there once, and I saw like Call of Duty logos on it, but I don't think it was like that big. Seems like you could get rewards for doing it also. Looks like a lot of gaming companies do a lot of stuff where you can get games or purchase stuff from the game from doing it with food, which I guess is pretty good promotional wise.
US, Mexico, and Canada, where if you ordered $3 or more worth of pizza from Little Caesars, you could get a code to unlock special items in the 2023 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. On your second qualifying purchase, you got a special Little Caesars themed skin with their famous tagline, "Hot and Ready," on the front of the skin. You know, if you really like Little Caesars, then hey, maybe this could have been cool for you. You want to know another pizza restaurant that did a collab with a video game series? Pizza Hut back in 2021 when they did a collaboration with Pac-Man. They even had special pizza boxes with Pac-Man mazes on them. There was even a QR code on the box, and by scanning it with your phone, you could play an augmented reality version of Pac-Man on your phone.
Now that's pretty cool. You could basically just play Pac-Man on your box. That's really cool. Like you probably wouldn't even have to buy the pizza. You could probably just went to like the back of their what's it called, where their like dumpsters at, and find a pizza box just laying there. But that's pretty cool. It's like interactive with the pizza experience, you know? Pretty cool.
Even if it was just the box, it would have been a neat little collector's item, but you could even play a version of Pac-Man on your phone as an added bonus. That's really cool. By sharing your score in the game on Twitter, you could enter a sweepstakes for a chance to win a custom arcade 1-up Pac-Man arcade cabinet. Not gonna lie, this cabinet
Now see, that's even cooler. I've always wanted one of those. Like I just wanted to get one to sit in my room as like a nice like gaming decoration. It's pretty cool. Like I actually do want one of these. I might get one.
actually looks pretty cool. The icing on the cake of this collab is that the collab actually makes a lot of sense, as the inspiration for Pac-Man was a pizza with a slice taken out of it. All in all, this is a really nice collab for the 80s gaming icon. Speaking of the 80s, back in 1988, Nintendo and Ralston Purina collaborated to make the Nintendo Cereal System, a box of breakfast cereal with 2 bags inside, one based on Super Mario Bros. And one based on The Legend of...
I thought the Purina people made like animal food. I didn't know they made food for real people before they did, animal food. I didn't know that. I thought it was just always cat food and stuff like that.
of Zelda. The Mario side was fruity flavored, and the Zelda side was berry flavored. This is a really cool idea. You get 2 cereals in one. Just like a gaming console can play multiple games, this Nintendo cereal system has multiple types of cereal. The cereal box even had some tips for some Mario and Zelda games on it. There were apparently several different variations of these boxes. There was one that came included with a few of these trading cards called Nintendo Power Cards. There were 12 in total. Those
are probably super rare nowadays. It's like always the most random things from like a while back is super rare. Like a bottle top that had like let's say a special emblem on it or something like that could be worth 20,000 nowadays just because it was so long back. Which is pretty cool, honestly. It's just how stuff, I guess, the value goes up.
one that came with a free Mario or Zelda pinball game. Another one had one of 4 Nintendo stickers inside, and potentially the box could have a certificate to win a Power Glove, a special controller for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Another one had a promotion with a chance to win a whole Nintendo Entertainment System. There was one really cool one with a holographic picture on the front of the box. Unfortunately, even all of these...
Yeah, see that holographic one? That's the rare one. Like I promise you that one probably is worth money nowadays.
Years later, I've yet to find a place that accurately lists all of the different variant boxes and their differences. There was another cool Nintendo breakfast collab when Nintendo teamed up with Kellogg's in the year 2000 to release Pokemon Pop-Tarts. There was this one that was wild cherry flavored with yellow frosting, and it had Pokemon themed sprinkles. The Pokemon included as sprinkles were Charmander, Poliwrath, Chansey, and of course Pikachu.
Does anybody else think like the big thick sprinkles that are usually like designs of stuff are disgusting, or like just sprinkles in general don't taste right? Like I've never been a Pop-Tart fan. I know that's like controversial or something like that you don't eat Pop-Tarts, but I've just never been a big fan of them. They always tasted like chalk, you know? They didn't taste real to me.
I'm not really sure why they went with those 4. I mean, Pikachu and Charmander, those are understandable. They're both starters, and Pikachu is the mascot for the franchise. But Poliwrath and Chansey? I mean, you could maybe make an argument for Chansey since it did have a prominent role as Nurse Joy's Pokemon in the anime, but I wouldn't exactly call either of those 2 super iconic Pokemon. If they really wanted to use a pink Pokemon, they should have just chosen Jigglypuff, and if they wanted something blue, just go for Squirtle. Those 2 are way more iconic. I guess it would have left out Bulbasaur as the only starter not included, but hey, that's life, buddy. On the back of the box, they teased another Pokemon and Pop-Tarts collab coming out later that year. There weren't any sprinkles or any new flavors for these boxes, they were just regular old Pop-Tart flavors. Poliwrath for brown sugar cinnamon, Charmander for strawberry, and Chansey for s'mores flavor.
See, I mean, I think this would have worked, but I don't know why they chose like some of the more least popular or less popular, Pokemon characters. Like it's not like it, Like what does Chansey have to do with brown s'mores? That just doesn't look right. I don't know. Maybe that was just their marketing choice. Maybe that was just how they wanted it, you know?
Only one that really makes sense is Charmander for strawberry. I don't really get Poliwrath or Chansey's flavors. I couldn't find any pictures of these boxes except for the one with Charmander on it. Each box came with a
I'm sorry. Charmander right here looks cursed. Like he looks like blood red. Like that doesn't look anything like Charizard, honestly. He looks super weird, I'm gonna be honest. That does not look like Charizard. That looks like let's see, cherry dinosaur or something like that. That's not Charizard.
Pictures of these boxes except for the one with Charmander on it. Each box came with a mini figurine of one of those 3 Pokemon. Considering one of the early gimmicks of Pokemon was to catch 'em all, having to collect these 3 figurines actually makes sense. We've talked about Nintendo, Microsoft, and heck, even Sega, so I guess it's only fair that I mention Sony and a collaboration that they did back in 2023 with the British grocery company Ocado, where they released the PlayStation Pasta. It was a bag of pasta with the pieces of pasta being shaped like the triangle, square, X, and O.
That's kind of cool. It's like SpaghettiOs, you know, but PlayStation theme. It's like SpaghettiOs for gamers. That's pretty cool. I like that.
buttons on the PlayStation controllers. This is so random that I really don't know what to say. I mean, to be fair, I did talk about the Xbox Oreo console, but like, I kind of get that because Oreos are a dessert food. And stereotypically, gamers eat a lot of just sugary sweet junk, but pasta? What am I supposed to do with that? Well, I'll tell you what I will do. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat. I think I've tortured myself long enough by talking about food for this whole video. So, thanks for watching, y'all, and have a...
Well, I think them doing all these, collaborations with other companies and stuff like that for promotion was really good. Because if you would have, like, with the Pokemon thing, if you would have got one of them and you want to have to go collect them all, your parents probably weren't going to go just take you out immediately. You had to eat all the ones you got. And they would just keep people coming back. So I do think that that's pretty cool. Like, it's good promotion. I think that's really what it is. Good promotion. But that's my opinion on it. What's yours? Make sure you guys are commenting, liking, and subscribing on these videos, because if you want to see more of this, you gotta like and subscribe. It's just like way of passage for YouTube, you know? If you like a YouTuber, you like them and subscribe them. Because I've been taking a look at the analytics, and it seems like 98% of you guys aren't subscribed. And if you made it this far, why not just click the subscribe button? But that's my opinion on it. What's yours?